Hello kids, my name is Daphne. I'm very happy to meet you through this new Kids Bible Time series. I thank the Lord with all my heart for giving me this opportunity. Through this series, I'm going to narrate and explain the incidents from the Bible. So today, we are going to see how the world was created. I'm sure you already know about this through your Sunday classes or from your parents or through some videos. But we are going to deep dive and look into this in detail, okay? In the beginning, before the earth was created, the earth did not have any form. It was void. There was darkness everywhere. God is going to create the world. So what did He create first? He created light. Light was the first one to be created. How did God create light? Do you know how God created light? He divided the light from the darkness. He named the light as day and He named the darkness as night. Keep this in mind, little ones. The first creation of God on the first day was light. Okay? What did God create on the second day? He created the sky. So how did God create sky? He divided the waters in the space. Some waters He kept it above the space and some waters He kept it below the space. God named the wide space as sky. So kids, on the first day we saw that God created light, right? On the second day God created the sky. Okay? So let's see what God created on the third day. The earth was full of water by this time. So we saw that God divided the waters, right? So He kept some waters above the space and some waters below the space. So when He kept waters below the space, the earth was full of water. What God did was, He made the waters in the earth to gather in one place. So what happens when waters gather in one place? The dry ground appears, right? Once the waters move away, we can see the dry ground. God named the dry ground as earth and the waters as seas. I'm sure you would have been to the beach, right? The waters there are called the sea. They are the sea water. Not only that, God created plantation on the third day. What do we mean by plantation? Creepers, grass, plants, trees, these are all plantation that God created. So God created land, seas and plantation on the third day. On the fourth day, God created lights in the sky. What are the lights in the sky? Sun, moon, stars are the lights in the sky. God created a large light called sun to rule the daytime and a smaller light called moon to rule the nighttime. In the daytime, we need bright light to work with full energy, right? So God created sun, which is very bright in the daytime. In the night, we need dimmer light to go to sleep. So God has given moon, which is very pleasant and cool to the eyes. He has also kept stars in the sky that beautifully twinkle like night lamps. See kids, what a loving God we have. He has so much of concern for our well-being. Let's see what God has created on the fifth day. On the fifth day, God created sea creatures like fish, crab. He also created birds. God blessed them and asked them to make more babies to fill the world. On the sixth day, God created land animals. What are land animals? The cute dogs that we have at home, the naughty little squirrels that we see in the garden, and the roaring lions that we see in the jungle are all called land animals. Not only that, God created the most superior creation also on the sixth day. The most superior creation of God is the human. Yes, God created man on the sixth day too. How did God create man? God made man out of the dust of earth and He breathed His own breath of life into man's nostrils to create him. The speciality about man is that he was created in God's own image. God did not create anything else in his own image. He loved man so much. That's why he created man in his own image. Man was the last one to be created, right? But do you know something interesting? God brought all the animals and birds that he had created and asked man, "So what are you going to name this animal? What will be the name of that bird?" And he assigned that name to that creature. See what a loving God he is. Kids, do you know what was the name of the first man? His name was Adam. God noticed that Adam was lonely. He did not want him to be alone. So he decided to create a companion for Adam. God made Adam to get into a deep sleep. He took out the rib bone out of Adam and he created the woman. What was the name of the woman? Correct. Her name was Eve. Adam was created from the dust of earth, but Eve was created from the rib bone of Adam. God blessed them both and gave them authority over everything that he had created. On the seventh day, God took rest. Kiddos, you would have noticed that even today, people generally work for 6 days and take rest at least for 1 day. It's because God himself took rest on 1 day. That's the reason why we follow that practice. The place where Adam and Eve were kept was called Eden Garden. What was the place? Yes, it was Eden Garden. God had given Adam and Eve authority over everything on earth. He had asked them to eat anything they want from the garden. He had told them not to eat the fruit of a particular tree. That tree was called as the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Adam and Eve lived very happily. Every day in the evening, God would visit them and they used to talk, play and enjoy their time together. Let us see what happened after that in our next episode. Okay, kiddos? So the incident about creation was very interesting, right? Kids, let me remind you again what all God created day by day. On the first day, God created light. On the second day, God created the sky. On the third day, God separated the waters from the land and created earth and seas. He also created plants. On the fourth day, God created the lights of the sky. The sun, moon and stars were created on the fourth day. On the fifth day, God created sea creatures and birds. On the sixth day, God created land animals and man. On the seventh day, God took rest. My little ones, I'll also tell you what you need to remember about the creation incident. The first people to be created on earth were Adam and Eve. The place where they lived was Eden Garden. The Bible incident that I narrated today is from Genesis chapter 1 and 2. Please read through it, and if you have any questions, feel free to post it in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to answer it for you. I hope you enjoyed this particular Bible incident. I will meet you again with a new episode. Until then, continue reading your Bibles. Thank you, kids. Bye-bye.